Hey everyone, this is Pete Beklinski from Campaign Life Coalition. I just wanted to show you some things I found online about the abortion pill in Canada and how it is harming over 100 women, one of them already being killed by the abortion pill. I went to Health Canada's adverse events database where the government of Canada tracks adverse events to drugs that are on the market. So we're going to enter into the database and we are going to search for the chemical abortion pill protocol, which is called Mifegymiso here in Canada. We're going to find healthcare products and do our search and see if there are any adverse reactions. Okay, so here we go. Brand name, Mifegymiso. There are 51 reports. So here are the women who have been harmed by Mifegymiso. Now, as many of you might know, Mifegymiso is actually two drugs. The first one, Mifepristone, is taken orally by the woman, and the effects of that drug are to block progesterone in the woman's body, and progesterone is needed to sustain the pregnancy. And when that drug enters into the woman's body, it basically kills the preborn baby that's growing inside of her womb, and it blocks the progesterone, and then the baby dies. And then a second drug is taken, Mifepristone, which is then, that one is used to expel the baby. It basically causes the woman to have powerful uterine contractions, which then expels what's inside of her womb, in this case, a dead baby. So here you can see a number of women who have been harmed by the abortion pill protocol. Here's one, a 17-year-old. We can click on the report. We can see that this report was received in 2018. It was a serious report, meaning that her life was in jeopardy, and the adverse reactions to taking the abortion pill, it was an incomplete abortion. It looks like she got an infection. She had circulatory collapse, like her blood wasn't flowing through her body anymore. She had sepsis, which is when the body basically reacts to an infection and basically overworks itself, which causes organ failure. She needed lung assist therapy. She had septic shock and uterine dilation and curettage. So she needed to have the baby removed from her because the abortion pill did not work. You can scan through all the results and just see how the women were affected and what happened, page after page after page. Finally, we get to the end of all of them, and we have this one case right here, which is just really horrifying. A 19-year-old girl, her adverse reaction was septic shock, and you can see that it was a serious report, and the outcome was fatal, death. This 19-year-old girl used the abortion pill, which abortion activists here in Canada say is the gold standard of abortion, and it's safe for women to use. And here is a poor 19-year-old girl who died using it. And not only did she die, but her preborn baby died as well. So there are really two deaths here. And septic shock is one of the predicted adverse reactions to the drug Mifegymiso. So if you go to Health Canada's website and you go to the page where it talks about Mifegymiso, and you can go to the product monograph down here, and you can see what are some of the adverse reactions that are possible when taking this drug. I'm just going to look up septic shock here. Here it is. Risk of infection and sepsis. Cases of serious bacterial infection, including very rare cases of fatal septic shock have been reported following the use of Mifegymiso. And that's exactly what happened to this 19-year-old girl. This report was submitted in 2022. But that's not all that's on this database. So if you just look up chemical abortion or the abortion pill under the name Mifegymiso, you'll see there's 51 reports. But if you look up the protocol under the name of the active ingredients of this drug, you'll find that there are even more women who have been harmed. So if you look up the active ingredients, Mifepristone and Misoprostol, you'll find even more women who have been harmed. So we're just going to do that. We're going to go back to the database. We're going to enter it. And we're going to search for Mifepristone, find health products, and search. And boom, here we are. Okay, so you can see that there's one report from 2005 that's a number of years before. That's almost more than a decade before the abortion pill came on the Canadian market. It came on the Canadian market in 2017. I think it was approved in 2015. And here we go. In 2019, the first report, we see Mifepristone and Misoprostol, hemorrhage. This girl experienced bleeding, 20 years old. We can see that there's 68 reports. We have a 19-year-old, 36-year-old, all kinds, 17-year-old, 36-year-old who had sepsis. A number of women took it and their abortion was incomplete. They needed surgery to finish the job. We can just keep on scrolling along and see all the women who were harmed by this abortion protocol. One of them, though, that I find quite worrisome is a woman who took the abortion protocol, and her report says she had a ruptured ectopic pregnancy. So we click on her file. The report was submitted in March 2024. And we see that it was a serious report. She took Mifepristone orally, which is the first part. Then she took Misoprostol. But then we find out that she had a ruptured ectopic pregnancy. And what's going on here is the woman took the abortion pill thinking that her pregnancy, that she had a normal pregnancy, that the baby was implanted on her uterine wall, but in fact, the baby was implanted in her fallopian tube. It hadn't migrated to the uterine wall. And when she took chemical abortion, she thought that she was expelling her baby. But what had happened is that the growing baby had ruptured her fallopian tube, which was killing her. And she likely mistook the ruptured ectopic pregnancy for the chemical abortion, which is a bloody procedure. The woman bleeds and expels her baby. And this caused serious harm to this woman. If you look up, again, the product monograph for the abortion pill protocol, they warn you to make sure that the woman does not have an ectopic pregnancy before getting a chemical abortion. They warn, they say, exclude ectopic pregnancy and confirm gestational age by an appropriate method, which is an ultrasound. And they say that if an ectopic pregnancy is suspected, you shouldn't use this. Health professionals should remain alert to the possibility that a patient who is undergoing a medical abortion could have an undiagnosed ectopic pregnancy, since some of the symptoms of a medical abortion may be similar to those of a ruptured ectopic pregnancy. Ruptured ectopic pregnancy. And we go back to this woman here, ruptured ectopic pregnancy. So this woman used chemical abortion, had a ruptured fallopian tube, and had to be hospitalized, and we don't know the outcome. We know it was serious, but we don't know what happened to this woman. And that's one thing that many people who are critics of the abortion pill have warned, that when you expand the abortion pill to communities where medical healthcare is not available and doctors are not there to provide women with ultrasounds, you'll find cases where a woman with an ectopic pregnancy will then take the abortion pill, and this exact scenario will happen. She'll mistake the ruptured fallopian tube for the chemical abortion, which then could kill her, and she would need immediate medical attention. But that's exactly what Health Canada has done. It has expanded it to communities where there is not proper medical care, and they have allowed it to be used without an ultrasound first. And what this does is it puts women's lives on the line. They're expanding this all in the name of women's reproductive rights and women's reproductive freedom, but at the end of the day, it's putting women's lives on the line. Canadian women are being harmed using the abortion pill protocol. The Government of Canada's website conclusively shows that the numbers are spiking. Just in 2024 alone, there have been 36 serious adverse reactions to the chemical abortion pill process. And I think that's enough for Health Canada to pull this protocol. Women are being harmed by it. They are being hospitalized. They are bleeding. They are having all kinds of terrible things happen to them. They're going into septic shock. And I think one woman getting harmed by this protocol is already too much. There are over 100 women, and one of them dead. And if you go back to when the trials were first performed on this drug, there was another Canadian woman who also died during the trials, and that's what actually put a break on this for so many years. So it's actually 2 Canadian women who have been killed by this abortion pill protocol. Now, this adverse events page here, this only shows likely the tip of the iceberg regarding how many women are actually harmed by this. This is a voluntary reporting system. Doctors are not required to submit a report if a woman is harmed by this abortion pill protocol. They do it voluntarily. And what that means is that there are a number of doctors who have submitted reports, but there are also a greater number who haven't. Women who don't want a report submitted, doctors who don't want to be involved in the paperwork of doing it. It's likely this is only the tip of the iceberg regarding how many women have actually been harmed by this chemical abortion pill protocol in Canada. If we see, 100 and so cases in this database, the number could be easily far, far greater than that. And we just actually have no idea how many could be harmed. But the purpose of this database is to give an early warning system to Health Canada if there is a drug on the market or a healthcare product that is harming people. This gives them an early warning system that they can then pull that drug or that healthcare product off the market so that other people aren't harmed by it. And I think what we see here is the early warning system is working. There are women being harmed by this, and it's time to pull this drug off the market. It's time to pull Mifepristone and Misoprostol as an abortion protocol off the market. It's time to ban Mifegymiso and to say one Canadian woman dying is enough. It's time to do that. Canadian women's lives matter. I would hate to see more lives lost because of what this drug is doing to them. And furthermore, the chemical abortion process always results, or often results, in the death of the preborn baby. People call it medicine, but pregnancy isn't a disease. So this is not medicine. This isn't curing someone. It's killing someone. It's killing a preborn baby. And it can also kill the mother. So we as a country need to get back to our valuing of human life, and we need to take drugs off the market that are designed to kill our preborn brothers and sisters. We need to take these drugs off the market. We need to start valuing life. We need to start protecting women. So Health Canada, ban this drug. Women's lives are on the line, and children's lives should not be targeted by a drug that's designed to kill them. For Campaign Life Coalition, I'm Pete Buklinski.